My mother called me a monster for this. I was 18, 3 weeks away from high school graduation, and staring at a positive pregnancy test. My boyfriend, the guy I thought I'd marry, told me he wasn't ready to have his life ruined, and blocked me on everything that same night. I thought my parents would be different. They were pillars of the community, active in our local church, always preaching about family values. But when I told them, my dad didn't even look at me. He just pointed to the door. My mom told me I had brought shame into their home and gave me 1 hour to pack my life into 2 trash bags. I spent the final month of my pregnancy sleeping in the back of my 2012 Honda Civic. I worked double shifts at a diner until my feet were too swollen to stand, just trying to save enough for a security deposit on a studio apartment. But in America, a few $1,000s disappears in a second when you have a medical emergency. The birth was the loneliest experience of my life. No one held my hand. When I was discharged from the hospital, I had nowhere to go. I tried calling my best friends, but their parents had told them to stay away from the girl with the situation. I went to my boyfriend's house, hoping his mom might have a heart. She opened the door, looked at the baby in my arms, and said, "You trapped him, now you deal with the consequences," before slamming it in my face. That night, it was 30 degrees outside. I was sitting in my car at a gas station parking lot, shivering. My daughter was crying because she was cold, and I didn't have enough money for both gas to keep the heater running and formula for her next feeding. I looked at her, this beautiful, innocent soul, and realized that my pride was going to kill her. I loved her enough to know that I was failing her. I drove to the local fire station. In my state, we have safe haven laws. I sat in the parking lot for an hour, sobbing and kissing her forehead, telling her I was sorry I wasn't enough. I walked up to the station, handed her to a paramedic, and signed the papers to surrender her for adoption. I knew that within weeks, she'd be in a warm home with a nursery, a college fund, and parents who didn't have to choose between heat and food. 3 months later, I finally got a job and a tiny room to rent. I called my mother, thinking maybe now that the shame was gone, she'd want to see me. I told her what I did, that I gave the baby up so she could survive. My mother's voice went cold. "You gave away your own flesh and blood to strangers? You're a monster, Chloe. I didn't raise a woman who throws away children like trash." She hung up. That was the last time we spoke. She called me a monster for giving her a life they refused to help me provide. But when I look at the one photo I have of her, I know I made the hardest, most loving choice a mother could make.